What is going on, guys? I'm Watch J Ergo, and today we're back to fixing the EXP. It is a very windy day, and you can sure feel it inside the EXP. When there's a big gust of wind, you can feel the car physically slow down pretty quickly, and it pushes it all over the road as well. After the alternator video, we had tons of great suggestions in the comments on how to locate the vacuum leak. Things like spraying starting fluid around the vacuum lines, or using a piece of hose as a stethoscope to try to find the source of the leak. But instead, we're headed to New in Kansas. We're gonna go see the wizard, and he's gonna use his magical wizard smoke machine to smoke out all the vacuum lines. After that, I'm sure we'll know what's wrong. And we'll be there just like this. All right, the wizard took a look at it. He doesn't think it's a vacuum leak, so he's starting with a real diagnosis from scratch here.
Let me get these loosened up. While it's running, I'm going to pull them one by one.
And see which cylinder.
Yeah, just make sure they're...
Is it actually a torque, or is it just the torque converter?
I don't want to do this while it's running.
Right, because it always shocks you.
Don't you be stealing my wizard.
Also, subscribe to the wizard.
Yeah, do that. Well, there's two of them that aren't doing anything.
Really?
The center two. You got over here on the two cylinders. These two, I can pull them and it makes no difference.
Wow.
Could be plugged. These
The plugs are brand new TR5s. Just changed them.
Okay. Could be valves. Let me pull the plugs and just look around it and pull this one out.
For sure.
Is it possible these two got switched around?
It's not when I changed them, but before, absolutely.
Has it been running this way ever since you got it?
Yes.
Okay.
We could just switch them and start it if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try again.
If it backfires or something, just turn it off.
Okay.
So that would explain why you have watered down oil, because these two aren't doing anything, and
Yep.
it's just filling with gas. And
Absolutely.
so I'll take this one. I'll put them back the way they were.
Sure. So much unburnt fuel in there.
I can smell it.
You can definitely smell it.
I'm just going to do a compression test of these two. I'm going to unhook the coil from it so it can't start. But we can
You want
still
coil power or just the coil?
just the coil plug.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do. Okay.
Give it a bump.
Yep. Crank it for a little bit. A few seconds. It got up to about 100 and 110.
Oh, that seems pretty reasonable for an old four-cylinder.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I was really worried the rings were shot too, so you're
Yeah.
answering all kinds of questions for me.
Okay, try that one.
Okay.
About 110 again.
I think we're on like the 700th comment about the CVH engine being trash, but it's got 110 PSI per cylinder on compression. I mean, we didn't check the outer two cylinders, but we checked the two that aren't running, so that is pretty good news so far.
Yep, so far. I'll have you crank it, start it. Okay. Okay, turn it off. It had good spark.
Yeah, I can actually hear it.
Try this one, but probably the same thing. Yeah, that one had good spark too.
Mind blown.
What do you think it is, Hoovie?
I think it's a Ford EXP.
It can have good compression, still have bad valves.
True.
I'd be interested to see. So you guys said the exhaust valves got redone, or?
Yes. All 4 exhaust valves were new in 15.
If it was the EGR valve, all 4 would be randomly cutting out on all of them. Just these 2 are dead.
Huh.
These 2 cylinders. These 2 are great.
Could be worse. You could have an M5.
With the 11 grand in repairs.
Right. Okay, after testing spark and every cylinder having good spark and checking compression, it seemed like we had good even numbers across the cylinders. The Wizard took a piece of paper and held it up to the exhaust, and between the pulsations of the exhaust, it was sucking the paper back in. So we think it's bad exhaust valves now, and he's coming up with a number on what it'll take to fix.
It should only be blowing, not sucking. Yeah, even I know that.
Here's our final number. The Wizard worked up a quote. $1,300 to have the head pulled, resurfaced, change the valves, kind of get everything back into the factory specifications, and
Sounds like you got hoovied there, sir.
it does sound like that.
I apologize.
Oh,
Bad
no.
influence on my friend.
It's been a really fun car so far, so I think I have to fix it.
On 2 cylinders, if you're enjoying it, then
Yeah, think of the monster it would be with
35 horsepower.
yeah,
right.
with an extra 35 horsepower, it must be a game changer.
Just turbo the 2 that you have.
We don't need to fix those other 2.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Just put
definitely
nitrous.
There we go. Enough nitrous till it dies.
What are you eating? Spudge.
Who gave that to you?
Some hobo off the street.
That's not fudge.
Wizard.
And I'm headed back to Wichita, but this time, not in the EXP. I'm in the Wizard's Boxster S. He's keeping the EXP and the head job's going down. We have to save the car. I mean, honestly, I'm this far into it. It might be one of the cleanest ones in the world. I said, hey, change the head. Let's delete all the EGR, clean up all the vacuum lines. We're gonna get that huge mess of vacuum lines out of the engine bay. It's gonna clean up so much stuff. It's gonna take the solenoids off the firewall that actuate all of that. And it's gonna be one very, very nice EXP when we're done with this. The Wizard's going to do a post-head job oil change, because we did check the oil again, and we agree that it smells a little bit gassy, and we think that's due to those center 2 cylinders not running very well. So when it comes back, I do think it may be one of the nicest EXPs left in the nation. And at that point, even if I try to sell it, I'm not gonna make any money, that's for sure. So I'm gonna keep it for a little bit. Everyone asks what I'm doing with it. Feel free to email me. I'll keep you on the list for when I do decide to sell it in the future, but it's not for sale right now, that's for sure. What is for sale is this Porsche Boxster S that I'm driving right now. It's super nice. It was from Tyler's reality show, and then the Wizard bought it, and now it's for sale for $7,000. So if you're interested in it, head over to his channel, shoot him an email. I'm sure he'd love to sell you this. Shoot me an email, I'll forward it to him. I don't care how we get it done. Just let him know if you want this car. It's super nice. And that is it for today, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. I'm just now crossing the border into Mexico, so I'll give you a little 3/4 throttle pull. It's got the big flat 6 in it too. This thing runs super well. Everything's tight. It's great to drive. It's got the big flat 6 in it. You love it.